Do you have a dirty little secret? Welcome to the club.
And you're all invited.
The first rule of the Dirty Little Secrets Club is tell everyone about the Dirty Little Secrets Club.
We're handing out memberships, free of charge.
Step up to the VIP line and let Dayna and Brimstone take you on a weekly ride of secrets and debauchery.
Now buckle up, Buttercup, because things are about to get heated on the Dirty Little Secrets Club.
What's up, everybody? We are back with another episode of the Dirty Little Secrets Club. I'm Dayna Pereira.
And I am Brimstone with almost a voice, just not fully. I have the sexy voice now.
Yeah, like Phoebe in that episodes of Friends where she's like, "Thank you, my babies."
My babies. How are you, my babies? I love you, my Dirty Little Secrets Club lovers. Lovers. I'd be
Can we
Mr.
get a
Lover.
smelly cat out of you?
Okay, hold on. Smelly cat, smelly cat. What are they feeding you? Smelly cat, smelly cat.
That was
It's
like
not your
Phoebe
fault.
mixed with Adam Sandler.
He's going, soft kitty, warm kitty, little ball of fur. Happy kitty, something kitty, purr, purr, purr. That one's from
Big Bang
Theory. Yeah.
Oh, I know that one. Well, we are in 2023 now. Brim, how you feeling? How was your new year?
It sucked. I couldn't talk.
Oh,
You got my message, right? I was like, you could
I
barely hear
did.
me.
I did.
I was trying to, I called, pretty much a grouping of the people that I care the most about. And it was just a small group of people. And I had just so much a voice left that I could give to everybody. So I was like, I hope they could tell who it is.
Oh man, we need to get you some like lemon and honey and maybe like voice rest for like 3 days. I don't think that'll happen. That'll never happen.
I've been. So I wound up doing, again, I did Grindhouse, WBS and the Foxy Show. We call it on Tuesday because, what do you call it, Grindhouse? They asked if we could switch it from Monday to Tuesday. I was like, okay. So, what do you call it? But I was not talking. So that's why I have somewhat of a voice back.
Yeah.
But it's still no bueno. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Hopefully by next week. Otherwise,
It's
I'm gonna
definitely
cry.
sounding better. I can hear the improvement. I spent my New Year's at my sister's wedding. So congratulations to Brittany and Michael.
Yay!
It was the funnest wedding. And my wedding was a fucking blast. Theirs was also a blast. I'm not going to say it was better, but I will say that it matched mine for sure.
Wow. Brittany, where was my invite, Brittany? Huh, Brittany?
Yeah.
What's going on, Brittany? I could have taken a couple of places, a couple of spots that were left out.
Oh,
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah. There were places that could have been filled in there for sure. It was a great time. If anybody was looking for me at the wedding that night, I was at the photo booth, apparently, because we got those pictures back and I'm in like 87 of 200. So
Let me ask you how much you drank that week, that day.
you know what? I was actually really good on wedding day because I knew that the next day I had to go visit my other sister and her mother had recently had a stroke, and I wanted to make sure that I was like in a good space that I could go and see them.
Right.
So I was really good that night. I had like a glass of champagne on the bus and like a White Claw or something, and then I had a couple glasses of wine, and that was it. I was a good girl.
Okay. Well, I didn't know you had two sisters. I thought you only had one sister.
Oh, Brim, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 sisters, and I have 1, 2, 3 brothers. So I have 3 brothers and 4 sisters.
I think I knew about a brother or two. Wait, so it was the sister and 2 brothers I think I knew about.
So my dad had
so
3
confused.
children before he
confused.
met my mother. So I have 3 older half siblings.
Okay.
And then my mother and him got together and had me and my sister. And then they broke up. My mom met somebody else, had my sister and my brother. And then my dad met another woman who already had Krista, who is my stepsister. But I just consider she's my sister,
Right. That's like my stepsister, yeah.
Yeah. So 4 sisters, 3 brothers.
That's a lot of people.
It sure the fuck is.
Your dad got around, huh?
Yes, you
Just
did.
kidding.
My
Sorry,
dad
I'm
was
sorry.
a PIMP.
Oh wow. Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. So I see we've got something interesting. The first one here. Do you want to start it off, or do you want me to start it off?
I'll kick us off if you want.
Okay.
I'll let your voice rest a minute.
Thank you very much.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
The first one here says, my husband was acting strange for a few weeks, and I was convinced he was having an affair. So I
Ooh.
started following him and caught him with a woman.
Uh-oh.
Turns out
Uh-oh.
he was planning me a surprise birthday party, and she was the party planner.
See? There we go. All right,
Oh,
there we go.
not just yet, Brim. 3
Okay.
months later, I caught him in bed with the party planner.
Ouch. Ouch. Oh my God. Oh
Oh,
my God. Well, how was she treating him during that time while he was planning the party?
and
Yeah.
I,
Those few weeks probably were really bad.
well, I mean, whenever you think somebody's doing it, it probably wasn't great. But she started following him. I don't even know if
Wow.
I have the nerve to follow my husband. I would track his location probably,
Yeah.
but I'd be too afraid that he'd see me and then I'd go into panic mode.
Listen, there should be no reason for that. And if what do you call it? If the person is cheating and they don't want to be there, then why would you want to be with that person anyway? That's
I
it.
agree.
End the story. So the fact of the matter is if well this one I don't know if she caused the issue or or
Well, there's no way to know. But so
was
I
there a catalyst?
remember, yeah, I remember whenever my dad actually, one of his wives was being unfaithful and had left. And I was like, aren't you sad? Like, and my dad was older at this point, and he was like, nah, to hell with her. If she doesn't want to be with me, get the hell out of here. Go do what you want to do. I don't care. And I was like, wow,
Yeah.
that is quite a way to look at it. But I think it takes age to get to that point to be like, hey, I recognize that if you don't want to be with me, then what's
You're an
the
idiot.
point of me being sad about it? Like, go ahead, do your thing. Go, girl, or boy or
Right.
whoever. That was eye-opening for me. I was like, oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Yeah. I mean, look, I would like to know if that was the catalyst for him jumping into bed with her, though. I'm
Well,
curious.
I'd like to know if that was a rager of a party or not. Rager of a boner. Was it a rager of a party?
was she at least a good party planner? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The
Maybe
party,
she
though.
was,
Did you like it?
maybe
Did
the
he not
party's
fulfill his payment? Was that the payment? Or
maybe the party sucked, so she had to make it up in another way.
oh yeah, he was like, I didn't get my money's worth
It
here.
was not. I
So
need a little extra, stuff to make things square. All right,
yeah.
all right. I don't know, man. Wow.
Yeah.
And here's the worst part. The most disgusting thing. If you're gonna do some shit, you don't do it in your home. You know what I mean? Like that's disgusting.
Yeah.
She caught him in bed with her.
Yeah.
How disgusting you are to bring that shit into the fucking house. That's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Rude.
Anyway, you have anything else to say about this one?
Happy birthday.
Wow. Okay. All right, let's move to the next one. Hopefully, I'll be able to read this one. All right, here we go. I use a fake picture on a dating app. I was sick of getting ghosted or not matching with people. So I created a person I wish I could be. I've had lots of pleasant conversations, but I never let it go beyond that. Sometimes it's just nice to chat with people. I get lonely and I like communication and the openness to people that are looking for relationships. I'm not a complete monster, though, so I only let it go so far before I stop the conversation and strike up a new one with someone else. Okay? I think that you should be doing that on social media, not a dating app.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can see that. Do you think that the using the fake picture on social media is okay?
No, I think it's disgusting.
Okay.
It's baiting. It's baiting and it's catfishing. You
But
want to
what
do
if
shit
you're
like
not
that?
doing any harm with it? You're
Go
just
on the
having a
circle.
combo.
but what's the point of that convo? The other person on the other side doesn't know that it's not real. You know what I
Right.
mean? And if you're of one sex speaking to another sex, especially in a position where they're trying to meet somebody or whatever, the fact
Mm-hmm.
of the matter is anything you're saying is trying to get the person to be attached to you. So, like, or to be interested in you. So I think that that's wrong. It's rude. That's gaslighting. That's catfishing. And that is, what do you call it? It's just wrong. You want to do shit like that? Go on the circle. Call up Netflix. Go on the
Yeah.
circle. You know
Or
what I mean?
like maybe go on to, Instagram, Twitter, whatever, Reddit even, and make your picture like a cute puppy or something, like it doesn't
Yeah.
have to be another person.
Yeah.
It could be a fucking fish, something that isn't quite, I mean, because nobody's gonna believe that you're a cute puppy. They're just going to assume that you don't want to put your picture on the internet, which is also okay.
Fake picture on a dating app. You know what I mean? It's called that's catfishing. There is no there is nothing no other way. Doesn't matter what your intentions are. All right. No matter what it's catfishing.
Yeah.
100%.
Well,
So
because they do have expectations on that other side. They are
right.
there for a reason. They are there because they're trying to either, hook up with somebody or start a relationship with somebody, date somebody. So
Are they on like
talking to
Christian Mingle?
somebody, yeah,
Like I'm on Christian Mingle.
I
Have
love
plenty of
Jesus so
fish.
much.
Is that what it's called? Plenty of fish?
Yeah. Oh
And I'm
gosh,
a,
is Plenty of Fish still a thing? I don't even
I don't
know.
I I'm gonna tell you, I've never once been on a dating app.
Oh, I
I
have. I
think
think I was on like Match or something like that way, way, way back when.
why? Why? There's no reason for it whatsoever.
Well, because
You're
I wanted
you
to
are
meet people that wanted to be in relationships. That's
you are
why.
way too attractive to have ever been on a dating
Listen,
site.
even if I am attractive, I also had 2 children at a very young age. So that did not help me in the dating world
Fair
because
enough.
men would look at me and they would be like, "Oh, I can bang her. She already has 2 kids. No problem. I'll get in and out." But they didn't want to date me because I had 2 kids. So going onto a
Interesting.
dating site, I was able to kind of weed that out immediately because in my profile, if anybody even chose to read it, it would say, I have 2 small children.
Listen, I'm not saying that you're an asshole for doing it. I'm saying that, what do you call it, that you could always meet someone elsewhere. I understand where you're coming from. There are groups for that too, though, where you go, and this way you have the opportunity to meet with people that are in the same position. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Maybe, so like that for other people, I feel like meeting online is just, I don't know. I mean, it's the way of the future, I guess. It is what it
Yeah,
is.
I don't think there's
If
anything wrong with meeting online. I actually think that it's a good way for people to meet.
I think it's weird. I'm old
Why?
school.
They
I'm
they
old school
actually
day.
put people in front of you that match with your views or your morals or your religion
Ah,
or blah, blah, blah.
ah. Let's go back to the
If
beginning of
people
this.
are honest. If
I
people are
use a fake
honest.
picture on a dating app. Now let's get back to what we were saying.
Yeah. Well,
You see
no,
what
it is if people are honest, if they're using it for the way that it was intended, it can be good. If people are being dishonest on it, then yes, it's a shit show for sure.
Yeah. I'm just saying. I've never ever, if I was meeting when and the times where I was single, I would meet people either through people or I'd be out. I had 2 kids at one point. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I had 2 kids when at one point I still have the kids. But Danielle,
You've
I
added to
met
those
her.
kids since then.
Yeah, I should have more. If it was up to me, I'd have a lot more.
I
Um,
know.
yeah, what do you call it? But at the end of the day, I Danielle was, open to, and I met her through my what do you call it, one of my old students,
I do think
so
that females are more open to dating men with children rather than the other way around. I think that females have that nurturing part of them already. And so
uh,
when they see a man with children, it's almost endearing. Whereas when a man sees a woman with children, it's like, oh shit, this could be a problem.
Um, yeah, some guys are like, I don't want their baggage. I
Yeah.
could, but you don't want those guys anyway.
You
You
know
know,
what? I'm saying that, but I also, because I had children, would not date men with children.
really.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it because I wanted my kids to feel the love. I didn't want there to be competition with step siblings, or I didn't want any of that drama. I already had their dad as, I mean, we didn't have drama, but I was like, we already have this dynamic. I
Right,
didn't know what a potential partner's relationship with their ex would be like, and I didn't want that drama brought into my life.
right.
So I was a total hypocrite. I wanted somebody to date me with kids, but I did not want to date anybody with kids.
You're the worst.
Hypocrite.
You're the worst. The
I know.
worst.
I know. At least I own my bullshit, right?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. What do you call it? All right, you're up next, kid.
All right. This almost feels like me talking. I have no desire to socially interact with people after the last few years.
Yeah, I'm with you, kid.
Uh-huh. Everyone is so hateful and dramatic. I'd rather sit at home with my cat. I don't have a cat though. I try and get out into the world and see friends, but every time I do, I am just counting down the minutes to go home. And today, it's so easy to be a hermit because everything gets delivered to your door. Plus, people are terrible, LOL.
Uh, in a world where I am supposed to like everybody, and don't get me wrong, I do love people, but I have lost hope for a lot of humanity.
Ugh,
It's unfortunate. There are still a lot of good people out there, but
for
there are
sure.
also a lot of shitheads, and it's really really sad. It's really sad because you want to believe that they're good people, and you want to believe that you can count on people, and you want to believe that relationships will last forever, and you know what I mean. But unfortunately, things are not the way they were, and honestly, some of that where they say everything gets delivered to your door and you do everything from
Mhm.
home, yeah, but the internet has made things easier. It's also screwed a hell of a lot of things up. I think it's
Yeah.
opened up the door to more cheating and meeting more people, meeting other people. Just like you said with the other thing, with the the dating services, and allowing for things to happen because it's just it can be used as an asset rather than you know
Well,
what I mean.
there's no human connection, which is the problem, I think. And that's been one of my goals. Also, you and I were talking off air earlier about some of the things that we're looking forward to that we want to do in 2023. And human connection is definitely one of them because the internet and, DoorDash, Grubhub, and all of that
Yeah,
shit makes it so easy to stay at home and not connect with people. But I think the human connection has to be made with like-minded people. You have to
right.
find people that lift you up, that light you
Yes,
up instead of people that are draining you. And like even this last month, December, it's filled with interactions with other people, and that can be draining. We had Christmas, and then I was in Pittsburgh, and there was New Year's and the wedding, and although I loved every second of it, I was like, I don't want to see a single person in January.
I know, right? I know. I've got a signing next week. You know what I mean? Hopefully my voice will be back, but like I'm with you.
Don't
Like
lose it again. Don't lose it again.
no, like I'm super excited to get out, but then I'm like, I hope it's not gonna be a bunch of assholes. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. You
I just
gotta hope.
sounds like an asshole thing to say though. You know what I
No,
mean? It
it
does.
because
I
it
used to
can be
love I
rough.
used to love people, Dana. I used to love people.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just it is what it is. What do you call it? For those of you who are in the tri-state area, by the way, if you would love to come and meet me, I'll be signing at WildCon January 14th. It's Saturday, January 14th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's the Wildwoods Convention Center in Wildwood, New Jersey. Really cool con. It's the first year that these guys are really going full balls to the wall and doing a really big event. So super
Nice.
excited about that. If you guys want to check it out, The website, I believe, is JerseyShoreComicBookShow.com. And what do you call it? You can look up the WildCon stuff. So, anyway, and it's all up on my website. So, yeah, if
And
you guys want
don't
to
be
check
an
me out,
asshole if you go, okay?
and if
Like,
you're gonna
let's
come, yeah, don't be a dick. I will. I promise you. You treat me kindly, I will treat you kindly. But also, if there's a line, please treat everybody else in the line kindly. You know.
yeah.
So I'm just going crazy, just trying to get everything booked and set up for this year.
Fun. I know you have so much stuff coming up. That's awesome. I hope that this is stuff because I know that you've been wanting to get back to it for a while now. And now
Yeah.
that you are, I'm really, really hopeful that this is something that's going to light you up instead of drain you, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know me. I love to travel. I love to be out and about. I love
Mm-hmm.
to be out doing things, meeting fans. I like to, meet new friends.
Yeah.
That is, I enjoy that part of my career. You know what I mean? That's why I do a lot of the stuff because I get to go out and do other things that other people don't get to do.
It's a
So,
lot of
like,
experience and adventure and
yeah,
like you never
yeah.
know what's going to happen, the people that you're going to meet, the contacts you're going to make, like it's all very exciting and all that momentum can really propel you forward. So I'm excited for you this year.
I'm stoked. I'm stoked. This is our year, Day. This is our year. We're gonna have some
Yeah,
big stuff happen this year.
2023 baby.
Big stuff happening this year, and I'm very excited. I had I did lose a really big audition though because I had no voice, so I
Ah,
was very
bummer.
upset about that. But it is what it is. Yeah, this year, guys, please check out my official website, my schedule up there. You can see when everything airs in terms of all the shows. You can also see when all my appearances, everything's up there. So right now it's not heavy, it's light, but I've
Getting
got about
heavier
10.
though. It's getting
I got
brick
about
by brick.
yeah. We're 5 days into January. I got about 10, 15 shows and events up already.
That's
So
awesome.
that's a good thing. We got one more here. Am I reading or is this you?
It is you.
Here we go. All right, you can hear me, right? I am
You're
audible.
good. You're
Okay.
good.
I had the biggest crush on my BFF's brother for the longest time. I truly felt like I was in love with him. We connected so deep, and I got butterflies every time I was with him. Then we had sex. And it was so bad that I couldn't even look him in the eye. And he thought it was great and wanted a relationship and was being all lovey dovey with me. It is
Oh.
grossing me out now, and I have to figure out a way to let him down easy.
Oh.
Whoop, there it is. Oofa. Oofa. All right.
That's the worst.
You take it first. I've
You
had
know what?
experiences like this.
I have had experiences where I was crushing on someone hard, and then not even the sex part, but just going in for the kiss and then
Oof.
being the worst kisser, and immediately just everything shuts off. You can't even help it. It just like whoosh, just
Yep.
shuts down, and you're like, oh shit, I no longer have feelings for you because that was so bad.
That's what gets me going is the kissing. You know,
Yeah.
the most intimate thing for me. So like, if you can't kiss, we got a problem. You know what I mean? And for at the very get, there were so many where I would when I was single and I would see a girl, I'd be like, okay, yeah, it's on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And and I would get to that first step, and it was just like, yeah, this is not going to work. You know what I
Mm.
mean?
Mm.
Based on a kiss, you can be the sweetest person in the world. That's great, but based on, and of course, oh my God, I've been with women in the past that I mean a long time ago, but I will never forget. Like a dead fish just sitting there,
Ugh.
and you're like, okay,
Yeah.
there's what's the point?
They just like lay their tongue in your mouth and they're like, okay.
Let's yeah, just all right. Yeah, like am I wiggling a little bit in this direction?
Or
No,
they're really
man.
sloppy or they're like drool. Bleh,
Oh, the
ugh,
droolers, the
bleh,
droolers. Like,
ugh.
well, listen, every so often I get a little bit more, in my mouth when things are getting real hot and heavy. But you
Uh-huh.
try to keep that shit back. But
Yeah.
yeah, I know what you're talking about. The real sloppy ones.
Oh my
Oof.
God. I can't do it. I have like an aversion to that. And there are like some people that really stretch their tongue like all the way. And you're like, are you trying to make me throw up? Can you like get your tongue off my tonsils?
I do that every once in a while to fuck around.
Yeah. Oh,
So
God.
I'm
Tongue
like,
punch them in their throat.
I'll lick the top of her mouth. That's how.
I do like a little nibble every now and again, though. Just like
Yeah,
a tiny, like little, not a hard, just like a
that works.
little. Yeah,
But
that's
that's
nice.
sexy.
Yeah.
That's sexy. But you know when you got something but if they bite you, and then you're like, what the hell's going
Yeah.
on?
Like, don't make me look stupid. If you
Yeah,
bite my lip and then I'm like,
I know,
like,
right?
don't
It's
do
like
that shit to me.
don't give your half Bell's palsy. That would be bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna get in trouble because I said Bell's palsy. By the way.
Oh,
Um, no, man, I'm
we're
serious.
always in trouble on this show. I don't
I
think that's the
know.
worst of it.
I know, right? What do you call it? I don't know. What's your take on this?
I understand. I sympathize with you because that's rough whenever I mean, I don't even think that you can help it. I think it's a physical reaction and it just isn't meant to be. So let him down easy. I don't know how you're going to do that. It's your best friend's brother. That is going to be difficult. But yeah, good luck.
So, um, I, I don't really want to get into this too much this week. Maybe next week we can, if you feel like this is a good idea, you can pull some stuff from it. I don't know if you want to pull this up on your computer also, but if you type in Stanford elimination of harmful language initiative, okay,
Okay.
this is a new thing, and this is off of our last. I'm just something completely separate.
You're sidebarring here.
I'm sidebarring here. Sidebarring. This thing is an actual initiative that Stanford put together about different having a list of words that you're not allowed to say anymore.
Oh,
And,
okay.
and I want our listeners to know about this because some of it is absolutely ridiculous. I really don't know if I want to go into it too far, simply because we've got we gotta
Because you've
go.
already said Bell's palsy, so you don't want to get
Yeah,
canceled for the rest of this shit.
yeah, exactly. So, but what do you call it? Like at the end of the day, it's got like words on it where you go, wait, what? Um, I'm trying to find the actual list
A
itself.
safe,
Oh,
a
there it
safe
is.
word to say.
I'm trying to find the list. No.
Yeah.
Okay. So now instead of using the word addict, you have to use person with a substance use disorder. The context using person first language helps to not define people by just one of their characteristics. That's one of
Okay.
the things that's in here. Instead of saying something's crazy, you're not allowed to say the word crazy anymore.
Oh shit. I'm in
Okay.
trouble then because
Instead,
I say crazy all the time.
you could use the word surprising or wild.
Okay.
Ableist language that trivializes the experiences of people living with mental health conditions. So it's basically saying if you're calling somebody crazy, all right, that you're basically saying that language is okay, and it trivializes the experiences of mental health people. I think that's ridiculous. I'm
I think it's
sorry.
ridiculous. I understand where they're coming from. I just think that there's a lot of hard habits to break because we were all kind of brought up a certain way.
Right.
So I don't necessarily think that it's ridiculous. I get what they're saying, why they're saying to do it. I just don't think that it's going to happen anytime soon.
I think that retard and retarded,
I
you
hate that
shouldn't
word.
necessarily word
I
shouldn't
hate it.
use that word.
Yeah.
But what about the word spaz? Spaz is fine, right?
I mean, I don't know. What are they saying at Stanford?
So spaz, you can't use the word spaz. Instead, you should use the word clumsy.
No.
An ableist language that trivializes the experiences of people living with disabilities. I would never call somebody with disabilities a spaz.
Yeah, I've never called somebody with a disability a spaz either. Yeah,
You
that's interesting. I'm gonna look up this list. We'll talk about it next week. I want to see the
stand
rest of it.
stand up meeting, a quick instead of saying stand up meeting, a quick meeting. It's an ableist language that trivializes the experiences of people living with disabilities. So for people that can't walk.
Right.
If you call me a graybeard,
Mm-hmm.
apparently you shouldn't say that. You should consider using the person's name in the context. It calls out an older and presumably more experienced person by referring to their age instead of their name.
I have never, ever, ever looked at someone and been like, yo, graybeard,
I know.
what's up?
I know. What do you call it? There's a
Is that
lot
a thing
of
somewhere? Maybe that's like a regional thing that people use that. I don't know, because it's interesting. In California, I don't hear a lot of things that I hear whenever I'm in Pittsburgh. And sometimes whenever I'm in Pittsburgh, people will say something, and I've just experienced it because I was there, that it's kind of jarring for me that I'm like, oh, I forgot people are still using that terminology where it's not exactly appropriate to use that terminology anymore. The R word that you said just before is one of them that I was like, oh, that's a
yeah.
super, I don't know if it's an East Coast thing or whatever, but they use that word all the time. And
All the
I don't
times.
hear that out here that often.
It's weird. That's
So
strange.
it was jarring to hear somebody like say that. And I was like, oh,
We used to say it
ugh.
all the time. All
Yeah.
the time. So it's
I was
like
guilty of it.
Yeah.
I used to say it all the time. I don't anymore. Also, another one that I despise and is whenever somebody goes, oh, that's gay. And I'm like, oh
Yeah.
my God, stop
I
it.
say that all the time though. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's
I don't
awful.
I
It's
don't mean
awful.
it.
Work on that. It is not okay.
Check this out. How about guru? Do you think that guru is a bad word?
I don't feel like guru is a bad word. Tell me why I'm wrong, Stanford.
So Stanford says you should say expert, subject matter expert, primary leader, teacher, guide. Because in the Buddhist and Hindu traditions, the word is a sign of respect. Using it casually negates its original value.
Got it. So it's cultural appropriation is what they're saying for
Yes.
the word guru.
Yes.
Okay. Like I
Yes.
said, I can see where they're coming from with some of these things. I don't necessarily think that we are using some of these words in a purposeful harmful manner,
Right.
harmful manner. Um I I see what they're leading to. I don't necessarily
Agree.
100% agree with their reasoning, I suppose. But you know what? I'm open to learning. You know me.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
open to it. So
One of them is I just emailed it back to you just so you have it. What do you call it from today's notes?
yeah.
But what do you call it? Bury the hatchet. Bury the hatchet is call for peace, call for truce. There's nothing even bad about bury the hatchet, but using the term as cultural appropriation of a centuries-old tradition among some North American indigenous peoples who buried their tools of war as a symbol of peace.
As
But
soon as you said bury the hatchet, I was like, is this an indigenous people thing? And
yeah,
I guess it is.
same thing as on the warpath. But like these are things that why would you spirit animal? You can't use
Oh,
spirit animal.
I know. I was bummed about that one because I really liked Spirit Animal. But I get it. I get it. I get it. I don't think that we're trying to be harmful. Um, However, I do recognize that there is room for learning and growing.
Craziness. Listen, some of them I'm
Craziness.
like,
You just used it. You just used crazy.
yes. Some of them I'm like, okay. Some of them I'm like, I'm okay. Like who delivers your mail?
A mailman?
Right. Can't say that anymore.
Oh, it's a male person.
It's a male person, postal
Yeah.
carrier or letter carrier.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's not they're different genders.
Right.
You can't say what do you call it? Landlord, landlady,
Mm-hmm.
the property owner. Because it lumps a group of people using gender binary language, which doesn't include everyone. See that?
Yep.
Because it's not LGBTQUYC.
Well, I mean, we got some big changes going on. We got some big shifts going on. I do think that the generations under us are more open to taking in that language and, shifting all of that. We are already pretty set in our ways, not to say that we can't make changes and learn from some of it, but I think it will be more difficult for us since we are already so programmed with, how we view/say things.
Yeah. Straight. Can't call somebody straight.
Oh.
You got to call them heterosexual.
Oh,
because
Okay.
the term implies that anyone who is not heterosexual is bent or not normal.
Got it. Uh-huh.
It's the implying that, like, anyway, you go through the list,
Okay.
and if and I wasn't going to do it. I
I
just
know
wanted
that
to.
we were talking about doing this next week, but I'm pretty sure we did it this week.
Yeah, but there's so many. There's so many. We might even want to do something here and like talk about the ridiculous. Well, I don't know. You decide.
Okay.
I'm up for whatever you say.
Yeah.
You're the boss. I can't. I closed it out.
Yeah.
I just
We
I
are
can't.
learning all sorts of new things here this year, guys. It is 2023, baby.
Anyway, guys, that's about all the time we have for the Dirty Little Secrets Club. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in. What do you call it? And listen, as Dayna always says,
The first rule of the Dirty Little Secrets Club is to tell everyone about the Dirty Little Secrets Club.
yes, rate, review, subscribe, 5 stars only. And we will see you again next week, God willing, with a voice.
You think we want something from you, you got another thing coming.